Hi friends, Renee Keys here with Carolina Creative, and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here with some additional stamping and card making ideas for you. Today I want to play with the stamp set and dies from Charming Duck Pond. And this set also comes with some really cute designer series paper. It's called Lily Pond Lane. And there's some really cute scenes. There are some other images of ducks and even frogs and koi fish. There's some of the lily pads. Some of these can be punched out with the die or even fussy cut if you wanted to. You can see I've already done that where I've either cut out or punched out some of these. I actually stamped the duck and made it look like a male duck and have just colored it with blends, because what I want to do today is something pretty simple. I'm going to highlight one of these pieces of designer series paper. Again, you can see this is a really cute scene. I'm going to cut this in half and use a 3-inch strip and show you how I'm going to very quickly put this card together. So let me flip the camera down to my work area here. I have picked, to coordinate with this cute paper, I've got Granny Apple Green as my card base and Balmy Blue as another smaller, it's going to be my background basically. And like I said, I want to cut this in half, so let me start with that and then we'll figure out how I'm going to do the panel. So I'm going to cut 3 inches, and that will leave me enough to do a second card, which I'm not going to do today. So the other thing I need to do now is I have to decide, this whole thing won't fit, obviously, on a 5.5-inch card. And then when I'm only dealing with, 5 1/4, and with what I'm wanting to do, I'm going to use even less. So what I'm going to do is cut, let me think, I didn't pre-measure this, I'm just doing this on the fly. I think I'm going to cut this section off right here, and that will be enough for another card. And then I'm going to divide this. I want to make 3 panels. That's kind of the card that I'm envisioning. So I'm wanting to cut this about here. So we're looking at roughly 4.5. And I can kind of see how that's, how that's going to fit on my panel. That is pretty logical to me, is that 4.5. So I'm going to cut that. And now, because I've got 4.5, I can figure out if I want to do 1 inch on either side and then keep this large. I think that's what I'm going to do. Initially, I was thinking 3 even panels, but now that I'm looking at this, I want to keep all the ducks together in 1 panel. So I'm going to trim 1 inch on this side. That will work. Line it up. Go a smidge over. Actually, let me look at this side. My 1 inch, I can go 1 1/8. Yep, that's what I want. And then again. Okay, yay, that's what I was thinking. So now what I'm going to do is start assembling. And very simply, I just want to affix, I'm going to add here these to the background. I could have gone with a slightly darker blue. Now that I look at it, that would have been good. So in order to make these pop, here's what I'm thinking. I was going to stamp my sentiment across the bottom. This is going to be a birthday card. So I selected the happy birthday off of the Charming Duck Pond. And I don't think I want to center it. I think I want it off to the side, just like that. And so now what I'm going to do is with each of these panels, just put a little hint of ink with this Lost Lagoon. And this is going to make it pop a little bit against the other blue background. The other thing I could have done, and I decided it was going to be a little too busy, I could have embossed this and put texture on it, and that would have looked really cool. Did really think about using this new swirly embossing, but decided let's keep this a little bit simple. So now, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So these window panels, this is perfect. I'm excited. And then what I'm going to do is take my other little duck and put him down here looking at them. That's why I didn't want to stamp too centered. I wanted it over to the side. I think I'm ready to start assembling this, but I could go ahead and stamp the inside. I have selected a different sentiment on the inside from the Charming Sentiment set. There's some great sentiments on here, and so I wanted to say, wishing you everything wonderful. So I'm using the Lost Lagoon again. I just think that's a nice color. Perfect. And that's going to go on the inside. Now, I could decide, that would be really cute to add a little frog or something on the inside out of this stamp set. And he is right here, so I'm going to use the Granny Apple Green for that. And he's just a tiny little guy. But it's another little surprise inside the card. And I like to do that. I like to have a little something inside the card. So stamp him there. And I could color him in, but I think for right now, I'm just going to leave him like that. I'll decide later if I want to add more. So to start assembling, 1, 2, 3, this will all go together. I'm going to put some glue here and flip it over. There we go. That's the inside. Now I'm going to do my first panel, and then I'll build it. Sometimes I like to do the whole thing and then assemble it, but in this case, it's just as easy to just build it from the base up. And this is going to be pretty straightforward. My tape runner is not wanting to run. There we go. Okay, so put this down here. And I'm going to kind of lay this back out so that as I'm gluing, I know how much space I have, between each piece. And if I was really particular, I could line this up on my glass mat and get everything centered. I'm not going to be too particular. This is pretty easy to eyeball. I will probably do the 2 outer ones first and look at these outer edges and how much is on the top, and then I can center this last one all by itself. So that's my plan. I will go ahead and put some glue on here. The liquid glue will allow me to slide this around just a little bit if I need to. Yep, I like that. And you can see this is the back side of this paper, but the orange flowers are really cute. And that's one of the new colors. That is the peach pie. So I'm making sure I've got this lined up on the top and the bottom. And yep. And some glue on this. And then what I think I'll do is use some dimensionals for my daddy duck here. And put him down here. This could have been a really cute Father's Day card too, now that I'm thinking about it, with the duck looking over the family. But as you can see, I've already stamped Happy Birthday on here. Let me put a smaller piece here for his head, but give it some support, and then some support at his feet, and that should be good. So now remove the backings. That one just doesn't want to come off. And I'm going to put him down here. And there you have it. The only other thing that I could potentially add, and I will, to the ducks, the daddy duck and the mama duck, is just a little bit of Wink of Stella here. Give it a little bit of shimmer. She's got some pretty colors on her feathers, and give the little babies a little shimmer too. Yeah, why not? Lilies, the lily pads here are cute too. So there you have it. I have let the designer paper do most of the work here for me. Cut it into 3 panels. You can see how you could do 3, you could do 4, you could make them evenly. It just depends on what your paper pattern looks like. But this card came together very quickly, and it's very cute. And on the inside has a very nice sentiment as well. So that's my card making tip for today. If you like either the projects or the products you see here, click the link that'll take you with the host code to my Stampin' Up! Site. You can find me at #Carolina Creative or at Carolina Creative. Thanks for joining me. Stay tuned for some additional stamping soon with this lily pad and duck pond set. Thanks.